New season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. This one to the former Robbie Anderson, now Robbie Chosen. He's across midfield, and he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Well, such a great Week 1 matchup here, the Dolphins and Chargers. And fairly or unfairly, these two QBs are going to be measured against one another probably for the rest of their careers. Remember, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in 2020, and Justin Herbert followed him at number 6.
And let's add on to it because Joe Burrow went number 1 overall. He's led Cincinnati to 1 Super Bowl appearance. Jordan Love, also a first-rounder, getting his opportunity in 2023. And Jalen Hurts was a second-rounder with Philadelphia, and he's made it to the Super Bowl. So all in all, quite a class.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tua now on first down. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the 7-year veteran, Austin Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we've got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 47 yards. And the Dolphins are able to stretch out their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff, now Tua. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys.
He's by himself, Keenan Allen. Now inside the 25, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 59 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
And you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Going to the air. Tagovailoa dancing to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Running right, here's A-Chain. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Give him 42 on the play. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Herbert. is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Finding room at midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Outright caught by Chosen. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. And
touchdown, Dolphins! Robbie Chosen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Sanders on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. A final shot before the break for Herbert. Rolling to his right. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops,
they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Now he's free at the 35.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become three. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. Touchdown! Devon Achane with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That time Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert now. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey inside the 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score...
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Steps away to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
5-9. Baylor Tiger. Go.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Now he's free at the 35, and he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Flushed out right. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught by Chosen. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. They go back to the ground game with Achane. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Tua sets up to pass it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Channing Tindall. Now he's loose at the 40. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 8. Achane on the counter. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Tua on the bootleg here. On the move to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Achane now up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. And they'll run here with Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Mostert trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Channing Tindall inside the 10. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times? And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced